Hello lovelies, today I am going to be doing a book haul. I've also got books that my mum bought for herself to show you because she didn't really want to come on camera, but I wanted to show you because otherwise all my videos are all around like fantasy and stuff that only I really like when there's more out there, and so I thought I'd show you the kind of genres my mum reads. So let's get cracking. I'm going to start off with one that I think I've shown you before. But it's still relatively new, I haven't read it yet, so I'll show you anyway, so apologies if you have seen me haul this before, but this is Trudy Canavan's Voice of the Gods. This is the last in the trilogy called Age of the Five. Really highly suggest that trilogy. It's about these gods and their kind of influence on these humans. I think the humans are called Circlans, if I remember correctly. That's like their religion. And there's loads of other mythical creatures in here, and then they've got the kind of cult people that they believe they have false gods and they should be praising their gods, and there's wars, and it's really good, really good read. I would highly suggest this series. Then I've got something you might have already seen from my booktubeathon TBR. This is Percy Jackson and the Greek Heroes. Now I've read Percy Jackson and the Greek Gods and I thought it was amazing, so I was super excited to see that Rick Riordan was coming out with a new one, because I just love all these stories about the Greek mythology, but being told by such a fun, iconic character. It makes it so much easier to read and so much fun and understandable. So I definitely suggest any of the Rick Riordan books. If you want to learn a little bit something on the way, definitely check out the Greek Gods and the Greek Heroes, even though I haven't read it yet. I'm sure it's going to be very insightful. I should probably mention that Trudy Canavan's book was from Waterstones, and the Greek Heroes one I got in ASDA. Next thing I got from an Oxfam charity shop when I was down, where was I? I think I was in Southend. So this one I was so excited to see it, I was like hyperventilating with excitement. This is Howl's Moving Castle by Diana Wynne-Jones. If any of you know me personally, you know that I love Hayao Miyazaki's stuff, and you know, Studio Ghibli and them as a team. I just absolutely love it. So when I saw that there's like a book, which I think is what Miyazaki based the story on, I think it was a book first, as most things are, I was super excited. I want to see the differences between the film, like the Japanese film, and the book. I'm not sure where the author's from, but I want to see if there's any differences with how they describe things, how they retell the story and stuff like that, so I'm super excited. For those of you that don't know the story of Howl's Moving Castle, I shall read you the back. In the land of Ingary, where 7-league boots and cloaks of invisibility do exist, Sophie Hatter attracts the unwelcome attention of the Witch of the Waste and is put under a curse. Determined to make the best of things, Sophie travels to the one place where she might get help, the moving castle, which hovers on the nearby hills. But the castle belongs to the dreaded wizard Howl, whose appetite, they say, is satisfied only by the hearts of young girls. So, very excited to read this, even though I know I love the film. It'll be interesting, as I said, to see maybe differences that the book can tell me or give me. Next, from Waterstones again, I got something I've been wanting for a while, and I finally decided to splash out and get it. I have got here, big hefty one, this is The Gigantic Beard That Was Evil by Stephen Collins. This is a graphic novel. The artwork looks awesome. I want to try and find something that maybe doesn't spoil it. Let's just have a quick look at that page. How awesome. Very dark and gritty looking. Let's see what it's about. So, on the button-down island of Here, all is well, by which we mean orderly, neat, contained, and moreover, beardless. Or at least it is, until one famous day when Dave, bored but for a single hair, finds himself assailed by a terrifying, unstoppable monster. Where did it come from? How should the islanders deal with it? And what, most importantly, are they going to do with Dave? So it definitely centres around this beard, and I think just that being the central line for this story just makes it funny. Like, without me even reading it, it just makes me think, oh my god, this is going to be hilarious. Or why are they so concerned about a beard, you know? So I'm excited to read this, and I'll probably save this for December if I do the booktubeathon, because I think that's like graphic novel, picture books, all that kind of stuff. So Yes. Then I have again 2 books from ASDA. This one is Waterfire Saga Dark Tide. This is, I believe, the 3rd book in the Waterfire Saga series. I have the 2nd one, which is Rogue Way, but I haven't read that yet. I got that for my birthday. Sorry if I'm blinding you. But Deep Blue is really, really fun. Like, it's one of those stories you can tell it's kind of targeted at a younger audience, but it's definitely a fun adventure book. And it's following mermaids and, you know, their underwater realm, and one mermaid in particular, she kind of has like a calling to go into this adventure. There's much more to the first book than what I'm saying, but I can't remember it from fresh off the top of my head now, so I don't want to read this blurb because I don't want to spoil anything for you guys and myself, seeing as I haven't read the 2nd book yet. This particular one has a free charm bracelet, so that's really cute. Probably won't wear it, but maybe I'll attach it to a bag or something, or if it's long enough, tie it around my hair. But yes, it's just a beautiful cover, very, very lovely. All of the mermaids have kind of come from different, if you want to say, countries. That it's kind of described differently in the book, but yeah, I think that's nice because it's bringing in different cultures of mermaids, if that makes sense. Very excited to start this one. And as I said, I've got another one from ASDA. This one is called Username Evie by Joey Sugg, who is Zoella Sugg's brother. I kind of didn't pick it up just because it's Joey Sugg. But the thing is, I did because I thought, oh, he's a YouTuber, I want to support him. And this is the first YouTuber book I've bought. I have another one here, funny enough, that I bought recently. So I guess I've got 2 now. But I don't actually watch Zoe. I've been calling him Joey, haven't I? It's because I'm thinking of Zoe, like Zoella. But anyway, I haven't watched Joe Sugg's videos. I'm really getting tongue-tied now, but I like his sister, and although I haven't read her books, I thought, I guess I'm supporting them both if I get this, and plus it's in a format that I like. It's a graphic novel and the plot sounds really interesting. Artwork looks quite cool, a little bit more traditional, but kind of with a twisted look to it, do you know what I mean when I say that? Maybe it's just me. I'll read you the blurb because some of these books I got a little while ago and I can't like reiterate it very well. So I'm just going to be lazy and read the synopsises. Excuse my throat. Like anyone who feels they don't fit in, Evie dreams of a place of safety. When times are tough, all she wants is a chance to escape from reality and be herself. But unknown to Evie, her beloved father has been working tirelessly to create a virtual idol just for her, and life as she knows it is about to be altered forever. Could this be the perfect world Evie has longed for, or does the hardest journey still lie ahead? It sounds quite nice. It sounds like something you could relate to yourself, but I think it might have like a, not magical, but almost like a sci-fi kind of twist or an element added to it, so interesting to see. So I did a pre-order, but as someone explained to me, I do believe that the pre-order, I ordered the book near the end of the pre-order date, so I pretty much got it within the next day, and I was confused. I was like, I pre-ordered this, it shouldn't be there yet, but yeah, that kind of explains it. So I've kept it in the box just to keep it all neat. I won't show you the pre-ordered book yet, by the way, of course, Waterstones, just because reasons. But the first book that I ordered from Waterstones online is Bakuman 2 by, it's the guy that wrote Death Note, the guys that wrote Death Note, should I say, Tsugumi Oba and Takeshi Obata, and this is following like the creation of manga, I guess. I read the first volume, obviously, that's why I got 2, and it's been ages since I've dived into this world, so I thought, you know what, it's time to pick it up and continue on, because I've got quite a few volumes out now. But this is about 2 young kids who want to start a manga. One of them wants to be the writer and one of them wants to be the like drawer, artist, should I say, and it's really quite nice. It's something that I wouldn't thought I would like, just because it seems ordinary and boring, but no, it's actually a really, really good plot line. It keeps me interested. It's got funny protagonists. It's got, you know, humour generally. I really enjoy this series, so, well, from what I've read so far, so I definitely needed to go ahead and continue on. And of course, the pre-ordered book, which is also another YouTube support that I'm doing, and that is Tomska's book, Art is Dead, the ASDAF book. I am very excited because I love the ASDAF movie YouTube videos. I think they're amazing. I'm constantly going back and watching like the big compilation videos now. I'm so excited. Watch his kind of book launch video for it, because he explains how he was being a butt and made this such an awkward shape. I don't know how I'm going to put it on my bookshelf, but I've got it and I'm excited, and the back is just awesome. I'm going to read it to you. Suicidal muffins, we got them. Dog assassination, hell yeah. Flaming babies, abso-freaking-lutely. Based on the violently popular YouTube series ASDA movie, Art is Dead is a gravely funny comic book full of death, destruction and things talking that don't normally talk. If you've got a dark sense of humour and money to burn, then this is the paper-filled rectangle for you. Art is Dead, comedy is subjective, and I've only got 14 minutes of fame left. Please buy my book. My first yacht is getting lonely and needs a friend. If that doesn't sell you, then what will? I don't know. This is awesome. I can't wait to start it. And now I got one that I got from actually a hospital. They kind of had like used books for sale, and I'm guessing it goes to a charity that they support, or the hospital itself. And I got The Bone Thief by V.M. Whitworth. Now, I'm pretty sure I've seen this floating about, and I think I might even have it on my Goodreads to read list. But in saying that, I recognised the cover, and I thought at one point, I do want to read it. So I picked it up and I was excited to see it there, but I couldn't remember for the life of me what it was about. So I shall read you now what it's about. Alfred the Great has been dead for a decade. His legacy, an uneasy alliance between the neighbouring kingdoms of Wessex and Mercia. Wulfgar, a young priest in training, more at home with his books than with a sword, has been tasked with an impossible mission. He must travel secretly to the Badlands of the north and find the bones of a long-lost saint. But the northern territories are under the roar of Viking invaders, and if Wulfgar is discovered, they will have his head. Definitely sounds like the periodic pieces that I do like, but do not read often. I usually engage in them in the form of like TV series and stuff, but I do enjoy reading like a historic, fantastical kind of novel, so I think that'll be a fun one to start reading. Honestly guys, I've been buying way too many books, and I'm not reading as many, like especially the last few months. The last month or so it's been slowing down considerably because like uni is getting stressful. So I feel like I don't have time to read, and anyway, back to Waterstones. I went to Lakeside recently, and you probably will see this again in another haul coming up, but I'll talk a little bit more in detail maybe in this one. So yeah, I got Grimm's Complete Fairy Tales. I am so excited. As I mentioned in the other video that you'll be seeing maybe if you want to watch it, I saw the edition that I really wanted that I found on Instagram, and I didn't know where to look for it. And I turned the back and it was like £25, but it was so small, and it was like the first volume, so I'm assuming they're making more volumes in that series, so I knew it didn't have all the stories, and I thought £25 to pay repeatedly for, although a beautiful edition, something that doesn't have the whole contents in it. I thought, you know what, I'll just get this one, which is equally as beautiful and is only £9.99. So I got this one, and look how stunning it is. It's just forestry, this beautiful, it's gorgeous, it's stunning. But as I said in the other video, it doesn't show the dark tones that the Brothers Grimm usually write in, but still beautiful nevertheless. I think this would definitely be more appealing to like younger children, just because of the bright colours used and stuff. So it's got obviously the famous story, it's got Little Red Riding Hood, Tom Thumb, Rapunzel, Hansel and Gretel, all of the good ones, as well as ones maybe unknown to you and me, so excited about that. And also from that Waterstones trip, I got The Call of Cthulhu and Other Weird Stories by H.P. Lovecraft. I haven't read anything by H.P. Lovecraft before, and I want to, so I thought I'd start with, you know, Cthulhu, because why the hell not? Everyone knows a bit of Cthulhu. So definitely excited because this has got like a collection of stories as well as the main one, and I love the cover, and it's got deckled edges, and I love deckled edges, and this is my first deckled edges book. And again, the sepia tones, very stunning. It's got like Cthulhu on the front, and on the back it's got like the behind of him, and he's dressed very smartly indeed. My throat's really hurting, I'm getting a bit funny. So that's all for my books. I will now lastly show you the books that my mother has got. She said she read I think 1 or 2 of them before. Someone lent her one and then she read one on her phone, but she really enjoyed it, so she went to get the whole trilogy. I don't know if there's more coming out in the series or if it's just that trilogy and then the author has more books kind of along the same lines. So these are books by Kimberly Chambers. The first one I have here is The Wronged. I think these are like gangster kind of crime books and stuff. My mum's quite into those. And then the second one I believe is Payback, and then the third one, maybe the last one, is The Trap. I really don't know much about these, but I wanted to show you again, as I said, just to show you there's more to what I like to read, you know. So I'm gonna say goodbye now, and thank you very much for watching. Bye.